Good morning, CIS scholars. How are you all, students? I hope that you all are safe at your home. Students, in the last video, I have discussed short answer questions, and I hope that you all have started writing answers in your notebook, right? Now, in this video, I am going to discuss about the role of the judiciary. That is the last topic of this chapter. But before that, we have to revise the last video's topic, that is local self-government, and I'm going to discuss the textbook exercises also. Okay, so let's see what we have studied in the last video. We have studied about the local self-government. So children, I have shown you this diagram, and through that you will find it out that local government, they have three governing bodies, right? First is at village level, they have gram panchayat. In small towns they have municipalities, and in big cities they have municipal corporation, right? And who is the head of the gram panchayat? Sarpanch. And municipalities is headed by chairperson, and municipal corporation is headed by mayor, right? So what is the role of this local government? What they will do? They will do all the welfare of their villages, welfare of the people who are living in the villages, towns and cities, right? So the local government is formed by the people living in the villages, towns and cities. So this is all we have studied in the last video, right? Now this time I'm going to discuss about the judiciary and its role. So first of all, let's see what is judiciary. Judiciary is a system of courts of law, right? It is an important part of the government. The main role of judiciary is to make sure that the laws which is made by parliament are put into the force. So they have to see whether all the laws are properly implemented or not. Now, next is the judiciary also solves the disputes between people, governments, and the other organization. So, if there is any disputes among the people, governments, then also judiciary solves it. Okay. Now, in India, we have independent judiciary. What is this independent judiciary? It means that nobody is going to interfere the decision of the court. Okay, this means that the prime minister, parliament or president cannot influence the decision which is taken by the court. Whatever the decision which is made by the court, that is final. Fine. So this is all about judiciary and its role. Now let's see what is the composition of judiciary. Now judiciary, it is like made up of basically three courts. One is the Supreme Court, second is the High Court, and third is the District Court. So the judiciary also has three different level of court. These are these. And when we talk about Supreme Court, as the name suggests, supreme, it is the highest court of law in our country, which is at central level, right? Now when we are talking high court is at state level, and district court, this is at district level. Now let's see more about Supreme Court. Look at this picture. This is a picture of Supreme Court, which is located in Delhi, New Delhi. Now, we will see that it is the highest court of the law in our country. Yes, it is very true. It is the highest court. The Supreme Court comprises the Chief Justice of India and number of judges. And how many judges? It should not have more than 25 judges. Okay, so only 25 judges are there, and it comprises the Chief Justice of India also. Now, the court gave the final judgment in any case which have to be accepted by all. So, whatever the final decision, whatever the final judgment that is to be taken by the court, that should be accepted by everybody. Fine. Now, there is one fact about the Supreme Court. This is Supreme Court was established on 1st October 1937. That is 82 years ago. It is located in New Delhi. And who is the Chief Justice of India right now? Mr. Sharad Arvind Bobde, right? So this is for your general knowledge, and you should remember all these things. Now move to the next, that is High Court. High Court, which is at state level, right? So every state in India, they have a High Court. They has a High Court. Every High Court has a Chief Justice and number of other judges. There is a possibility that the two states or union territories, they have the same high court, so they can share one high court only. Okay, so for example, the two union territories in 2019, it was declared that Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, these are the two union territories, they will have a common high court, that is Jammu and Kashmir High Court, right? Similarly, we have other examples. The common high courts in states are Hyderabad High Court, which is shared by Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. All of you know that Telangana was the newly created 29th state of the India. Okay, now Guwahati High Court, which is shared by Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. Punjab and Haryana High Court, which is shared by Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh. Similarly, Bombay High Court, which is shared by Maharashtra and Goa and Daman and Diu also. Fine. So these are some of the examples of common high courts in different states. Now, move to the next, that is textbook exercise. Based on this, we have certain exercises which are given in your textbook. First, we have true false. Let's see. First is the Prime Minister is the most powerful person in the central government. Yes, it is true. Yes, it is true. There are only two persons in central government who are very powerful. One is Prime Minister, other is the President. So this statement is true. Second is the state government performs the same function as the local government. No, it is not true. So this is false. The central government is also known as the union government. Yes, it is true. Next, every state in India has Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now this is false. Why it is false? Because in states we have lower house, that is called Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly, and only few states they have the upper house, which is called Vidhan Parishad and the Legislative Council, right? Now, the Supreme Court is the highest court of law in our country. Yes, it is true. Yes. Now, so what are the answers? First is true, second is false, third is true, fourth is false, and fifth is true. Fine. Now, move to the next question. Next is match the following. So, first is President of India. The answer is B, that is head of our country. Second is Prime Minister of India. The answer is first, that is chooses the ministers who will help in governance of our country. Third is lower house of the Indian Parliament. The answer is E, that is Lok Sabha. Fourth is upper house of the Indian Parliament. The answer is C, that is Rajya Sabha. And last is an independent part of government, that is judiciary, right? So these are the answers of match the following. Now, next is D. C we have already done, that is short answer question. Now, D is long answer question. Here we have 4 questions. I hope that you can easily solve all these 4. I have solved 2 for you, 2 you can solve by yourself, right? So, now second question I have taken, second question, difference between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So, what you have to do, you have to first write the basis of difference, right? So this is the answer. First you will write basis of difference, make 3 columns. First is basis of difference, Lok Sabha and then Rajya Sabha. Now first point is name of the houses. The Lok Sabha is also called the lower house of the parliament and Rajya Sabha is called the upper house of the parliament. Okay, now second basis is election of members. The members of Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people, whereas the members of Rajya Sabha is not directly elected by the people. Third is number of members. Maximum number of members sanctioned by the constitution in Lok Sabha is 552. Okay. Now in Rajya Sabha, the maximum number of members in Rajya Sabha should be 250. Right. So these are the difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now move to the next question. I have taken one more question, that is last question. The judiciary in India is independent of any government control. What do you think would happen if the leaders of the government have the power to influence the judiciary? So what happen if, because right now it is independent, right? So what happen if any leaders or a government, they have a power to influence the judiciary? Well, the answer is, if the leaders of the government had the power to influence the judiciary, then there are three chances. First is, it is possible that people who break the law might remain unpunished by the law, right? Second is, there should be more chances of biased decision. Why? Because the leader, they should give more preference to their own party. Okay. Next, the judiciary will not be able to function in a free and fair manner. So this is the answer of last question. Fine. I hope through this you will get a clear understanding what to write and how to write the answers. Okay, by the time what is your task, you will start writing part A, B, and let's observe in your textbook, and part C and D in your notebook. So start writing the answer, and stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Thank you.